Hello, good morning. Merry Christmas morning. And for this Christmas day, well, it's not even dawn, but this Christmas time, 2023, we're looking at two bourbon whiskeys and the Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Dawn, more theory than fact at this point. Here is Larceny. There's the key. Larceny, it says 1870. Well, really, it was introduced in 2012. Although there is some very tenuous connection to 1870 and Old Fitzgerald Distilling Company, but it is a 2012 introduction and it's owned by Heaven Hill, who has a history, like Sazerac does, of finding old obscure names and trying to make it look like the product's been around since like 1783, when really it might only been around since 1955, something like that, So, but nobody really challenges them on that, so just it's not worth worrying about. There's some other versions of Larceny. I mean, there's the on the website they showed the barrel proof version, and there's also Old Fitzgerald aged 10 years. And there's also an Old Fitzgerald Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, just a regular plain one that runs about $19.99, which they don't list on the website, but I know where to find it. I saw it just this weekend, or just last week, not on the weekend, but last week. So I've never bought the Old Fitzgerald. I'm not in any rush to, because I have so many bourbons as it is that I need to get through. So there's so many things I'd like to buy, but I just need to not do it. Okay. 92 proof, so 46% alcohol. Let me update my notes here. .92 proof. So we got 46% alcohol. It's a little much for me, but 46% versus 43%. It's a little difference, so might make a difference. This is what they call a wheated bourbon, because they say they use 25% more wheat. 25% more wheat than what? That's the question I'm asking. I guess 25% more than you would normally use. Okay. And so they go low on the rye and high on the wheat, give it more of a bready, like people are used to wheat bread. That's most bread is made from wheat. So that kind of flavor. So here is Jim Beam Black. This is an out of production product. Now you might say, wait, I was just at the store yesterday and I saw Jim Beam Black. Yeah, that's a new product. That's Jim Beam Black Extra Aged that replaced this one in 2015. Now this came out in 92. Jim Beam put this out in 92. And then they changed it, reformulated it in 2015 as a new product. Okay, so this is off the market. So obviously there's no website for it. It's Sour Mash Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, as you can see on the bottle label. It has a real handle, so it's called a handle. People call these a handle because they're so big and heavy. They many times put an actual handle on it, and this one has that glass bottle, no plastic here. I examined the label of the Jim Beam Black just this past week, and it does not say Sour Mash, so it's a whole different product. So, but whatever, I found this bottle at International Market. It was $32.99. Price has gone up $2 since then. But if you look at Total Wine and More, they've got the current Jim Beam Black for $32.99 for the handle. So you could actually go to Metairie and buy this one, $32.99, and go to Total Wine up the street, only a few blocks away, and buy the current version for the same price, and then do a oh wait, you have to pay never mind, $34.99, and pay $2 less and get the Jim Beam current black, the current version, and do a taste comparison and contrast, which I intend to do if I have any of this left by that time, which I probably should, because this is a lot, and my taste challenges bring it down slow. So let's hope so. I'd like to do a taste compare contrast, and I think I'm going to make a point to get the Jim Beam Extra as my next bourbon purchase, which could be years from now. Like I said, it could be a long time, but that's not going anywhere, so, except in a higher price level. Okay, so this uses real cork, thankfully, wooden cap, and real cork, not particle cork, but real. If it'll focus, you can see real cork. Well, even if it focuses, there's too much glare. So, but you know what cork looks like. All right. It's a light color. It's amber. It's not copper. Yeah, I'm trying to conserve it, but I don't have enough for 2 taste challenge. I'm not going to play a game with this. It's finished. Now, my friend got a deal on this. My friend David, about 3 years ago or whatever, he found this for $13. It was regularly 26, and somebody was selling it for 13. So, of course, he bought it. Gave me a bottle. Thank you, David. That's it. Over and out for this product. It's done very well. Hadn't won all the challenges. Certainly held its own. It's worth buying at the full price, but to find it for $13 is just amazing. So that's over and out of the way. Yeah, that's only enough for 1 taste challenge. I mean, I was fooling myself thinking I could get 2 out of it, but I pretty much knew better than that. This is a clear glass bottle. Better to have brown because it protects it from the light, but you know, if they're using clear glass, I can't worry about it. I didn't have it in direct light anyway. Not too much, I don't believe. All right. So nice looking bottle, embossed James B. Beam, or it says Jim Beam, and the nice handle on it and everything. 2015 was the year Suntory bought the company. And now it's Beam Suntory. James B. Beam is a subsidiary of it. And it looked like they did some cost cutting. That's why they dropped it from 8 year to something like around 6. That's what people guess. If somebody tells you they know for sure, I don't know where they got that information. There's no official information on that. I don't think they can back it up. They got rid of Jim Beam Choice. That was a charcoal mellowed, charcoal filtered Jim Beam, green label. That's gone. But then they added new products, so they might have just wanted to refresh their lineup and so forth. That tends to happen with buyouts. Buyouts aren't always bad. Sometimes they can be bad though, because they'll just deteriorate the product. But that's usually not the case. People overplay that, I think. All right, so we got put a little bit too much of the black in there, but I can't fix it now because there is no more of this. The black is a little darker. You may not see that on the video. It's a little bit darker, but it's so small of a difference. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I just got to make sure I don't detect a different weight, although that's minimal too. Lazarus says, Merry Christmas, Santa Claus, Christmas tree, Mr. T. Merry Christmas to you and to everybody watching. Hope y'all have a good Christmas day. Safe one. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much, but especially don't drink too much, especially if you're driving. I was thinking about that this morning, about how people will just go buck wild and drink so much on Christmas. I understand it's a celebration, important, very important holiday and all, but a sacred holiday. But I was thinking about that this morning, and I was like, man, I'm glad I never do that really for Christmas. I don't do it. Because if I ever do drink too much, which has happened, usually it's related to 4 Loko reviews. Honestly, that's the truth. And the next day I feel bad. It's like, well, it's like I got sick, and it's like, oh, I feel sick. Well, I don't like to feel sick, no matter what the cause is. If it's a head cold, the flu, or drink too much, I don't like to feel sick. So the whole lifestyle, and I know people who every weekend they talk about, oh, I feel terrible. It's like, well, I wouldn't want to feel terrible every weekend. And I would definitely be out of that habit in a snap. Well, I'm saying that because I'm not in the habit. So I'm saying I would be out the habit. I haven't developed the habit, thankfully. But yeah, this feeling sick stuff is not for me. So with alcohol, less is more. Usually, less is more. Think about that. Think about that. I'd rather taste the stuff and put it away, and instead of going overboard. All right, enough of that. So, but remember, I'm speaking for myself. I know other people that can just go to town on it on like a day like today, drink and drink and drink. And I see how loaded they are, and I'm thinking you're going to feel terrible tomorrow. But the next day they feel great. It's like, oh, nothing happened. But that's them. Everybody has different constitution. You know what I'm saying? Your body can tolerate different things, and so I know with mine, I don't. Well, I just don't want to drink that much. Even if I wasn't going to get sick, I just don't want to do it. I'm not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like eating too much. I'm not interested in it. I like to eat food. And I like to taste food people cook. But to just eat it and eat it and eat it, nah, just doesn't appeal to me. Maybe years ago, and I have lost over 30. I did go on a diet and lose over 30 pounds. I used to be chubby. This collar would have been tight on my neck. And that wasn't cool. I didn't like that. Pot belly, I didn't like that. I was like, this is going to stop. So I invented a diet. I didn't only invent it, I followed it. That's the important thing. Not carrying, the execution is important. Carrying it out rather than talk about it. Certainly takes a lot of discipline. Isn't a lot of fun sometimes. You want to, because it's natural, you want to eat, but you got to fight against it. And the main thing that helped me lose weight was getting to stop snacking. No snack. I don't need snacks. So when I go on a road trip, I don't bring snacks. Other people, they want to bring all these snacks. Like, look at the snacks I brought on the road trip. I'm like, oh, I don't eat snacks. I just breakfast. And then if I'm on a long road trip, it's around 11 or 12 noon, I'll eat lunch. Then nibble on a little something for supper. And that's it. But you do you, and I'm gonna do me. And it's however you want to run. However you want to run it. It's your operation. It's your tree, Frank. You're sitting in it. So this one has more aroma, and I think that's the Jim Beam, but I really don't know. I just think it. And I've been having trouble with this Jim Beam Black. I'll tell you that. I've gotten it wrong a number of times in these blind taste tests. Why is that? I think the main reason is that it's just not that different from all these other bourbons I have. And do I have any really outstanding high quality bourbons? Nah. I just have regular old, well, what you see at the store. No special allocated, no rundown bourbons, no high hat expensive ones. Not preaching against that. I just don't have any. Okay, I'm not looking to spend that on bourbon. I mean, I do that with beer though. Buy beers that are monstrously overpriced. I just want to try them. Good morning, Ron. Merry Christmas, Dawn Busters, says Dr. Frosty Brew. Thank you and good morning to you. And let me get rolling on this because I'm really holding myself up because I want to go watch the news at the top of the hour. I should have put it on at 4:30. They had 4:30 news on Monday. I forgot about it. Okay. Sweet flavor, almost like a burnt sugar. Sweet corn, charred oak, a lot of alcohol. Whew. I don't know how people drink those barrel proofs, 137 proof and all that. I tried that old Granddad 114. I almost passed out, it was like too strong. Flavor was there. There's no doubt about it. Flavor was there. Really good stuff. I couldn't drink that. If somebody gave me a bottle of old Granddad 114 or old Overhauled 114, I would thank them for it, and then I'd give it to somebody else. I wouldn't drink it. I'd just give it away. If you want to call that regifting, fine. But it's because I can't take the strength. I like the product. I don't like the strength. Okay, so anything above 90 proof to me, I don't like it. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't like it. even though I know it might be quality. I got that 100 proof Cuddy Sark. Is it good? Certainly is. A lot better than regular Cuddy Sark on flavor, but the whole experience of it, I would rather drink regular Cuddy Sark, you see, because it's 80 proof. I'm telling you, you say, oh, you're weak. You can't handle it. Okay, whatever you want to say, that's fine. I'm not intimidated by that. I don't need to be part of the in crowd. I'm not trying to fit in. I'm telling you up front, I can't take it. Yeah, very similar. A little bread here. So I think this the weeded one, the Larceny. I had somebody. He was saying, "Try this barrel proof Elijah Craig." He was insisting at the Knights of Columbus Hall. I tried it. Oh, I said, oh, it's so strong. And he was like ridiculing me, like, "Oh, you don't know real bourbon. You're weak," and blah blah blah. I didn't get upset. I said, "Well, okay, maybe you're right, and I don't care." I said, "It's very good. It's exceptionally good. I wouldn't drink it." Now, Father David, he drinks Elijah Craig, but the regular one, the basic one, which is what, 86 proof, much milder. Now, Father Pat, the previous pastor, he always drank Jameson. That was his. They had a bottle and a marker. Somebody wrote on it for Father Pat only, and that was his bottle of Jameson that the Knights bought him, and he liked to drink it. He would mix it with Sprite or something. He wasn't drinking neat, but he had no mind to vary. He was one of these people, which is most people. He liked a certain product, and he's never going to deviate. Right? I mean, he's 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old. That's it. He's not going to try something else. He likes Jameson, and he's going to stick with it. Father David likes Elijah Craig. He's sticking with it. Everybody's not an experimentalist. If you want to call it an adventurist like us, we want to taste everything, Torpedo 2023 was fun. It was fun in most cases. It's still going on. It's not over yet. We got a week left, so good and bad, like in a year, good and bad. Sweetness, sugar, sweet corn, right? Honeysuckle nectar. It's the same and the same. Now, you could ridicule me and say, oh, you're nuts. Everybody knows Larceny is way better than crummy old Jim Beam, and anybody could tell them apart. Anybody could, anybody who knows anything, and so forth, and so on and on and on till the break of dawn. All right, fine. I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying in this series. If you can do that, then you need to show us that. Don't talk about it. Do it. You make the video blind taste test, and with this product here, and then you 100% of the time you get it right, and you could easily tell it from other bourbons. Okay, great. And then I would tell you, you're really great at this. I mean, I'm amazed. I can't do it. I would say that. I can't do it. I can't do what you can do, and you got me beat. But I ain't seeing that happening. And in my opinion, I'm not going to see it happen. I really don't think I'm going to see it happen. I see a lot of bourbon videos or other liquors, could be rum, gin, whatever. I see a lot of videos where they're comparing one to the other. Today we're going to compare this scotch to that scotch. No problem there, but it's not a blind taste test. And they're saying this one's so much better, and they tell you why. And I'm thinking, do you really know the difference between these two, or can you really tell them apart? I would like to see you demonstrate that. Now, these videos where they got 5 bourbons lined up and they blind tasting all of them and they're going back and forth for 35, 40 minutes. I don't mind the length. It's the problem of you got too many variables. That doesn't show us anything. You can't do it like that. It's like the NFL. You don't play every team at the same game. No, they play one team. Then the next week they play another team. Then the next week they play another team. So it's your team against all these others in the schedule. That's the matchup you need to do. So don't do these videos where you got 5, 6 things lined up and you tasted them all blind, and that you got numbers underneath, and that's supposed to tell us something. It doesn't tell us anything. It's too mixed up. It's too busy. It's too much going on, and it is. There's no way. And you say, well, I was drinking water between sipping. It doesn't matter. It's too many. You got to do one-on-one matchup. And secondly, what is the rush? Why are you in a rush to do all of this? I always say that. Why are they in a rush? Today I'm going to try every Belgian Beaver variant or whatever they're going to pick. They're going to try them all in one video. Video lasts an hour, 3 hours. Sometimes be live, last 4 hours. It's like you're going to get, and then they'll complain, I want more subs. I need more views. Well, do it right and you'll get more. Review each one separately. You could make, instead of one big long video that people can't stand watch, how about making 12 individual 6-minute videos or 10 minutes of each product? Well, enough of that. But that's what you could do for 2024. Cheers. Hope you have a Bud Light before New Year's or on New Year's. Yeah, I wouldn't look for that to happen. I can basically guarantee you that will not happen. All right. Very nice. I think that's the Jim Beam Black by virtue of that little bit of roasted, like creme brulee thing going on with it. It is. I got it. Now, am I starting to get a taste for it? Maybe I'm starting to recognize it. Maybe not. We're going to see, because I got probably 8 more challenges coming with it. So we're going to see how it pans out. But I did get it right, and I'll take credit for it because I got it right. If I get it wrong, then I'll take credit for getting it wrong. But I got it right 2 in a row now. Tomorrow, try to do another one and see how that goes. All right, we all take care and have a great Christmas day, 2023.